Close your eyes. Nah, just had to get off though. But yeah, every time you close your eyes, you just see the remnants of the image staring at your soul.
It was time for your dick flattening.
Oh my gosh. I named it Scooty Goo, and the Goofy is called Goofy.
I'm not even gonna speak about my Goofy, but
Oh no, Ruben.
yeah.
You're Goofy.
Anyways, we are live. Hi everybody, welcome to the
hello.
PrimalCast. I'm Shugabush. Joining us today is Roopels.
Did you start the
Prosaic Tunes, formerly known as Crowfield, ShadowSun, Mattalater, and maybe two others who might join later. Welcome to episode 8, everybody.
Welcome to the Goofy podcast. We're talking about Goofy tonight.
Yes, we are. Here they are. Here are the others.
Hello.
I'm Goofy, and this is
Hello,
female
hello.
Goofy.
Sorry I'm late. I had to do dishes and stuff like that.
It's alright. It's alright.
Welcome.
Good night, girl. See you tomorrow.
Oh,
So we could escape tonight. See you tomorrow.
Yikes. Big yikes there.
It's
Anyways.
good, mum.
So, today we have Prosaic Tunes? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm struggling.
Prosaic.
Okay, so today we have Prosaic Tunes here today, and we will be interviewing the lad. So,
Indeed.
yes, but before we get to that, does anybody have anything they would like to say and stuff while I just share the live?
I accidentally just shared the live to my choir group. Hold on.
No, share. Let the choir group
Hello,
join.
Matthew's choir
Oh,
group.
Let the choir boys join.
I have
That sounds
too
bad.
many. I have too much dignity to lose.
You have
I-
dignity to lose.
What
You have
dignity do you
dignity?
have with the
Question
choir
mark?
You're
group?
a
People-
TikToker.
people
You
only
don't have
have
any
so much
dignity.
That hits big. That hits heavy.
I'm currently inside of an iceberg right now. I can hear the
Yeah,
polar
it's getting
bears
out
and
of
they're
control.
scratching their way
It
through.
is getting cold. Not
I
going
cannot
to
feel my
lie.
limbs.
It's
This is a problem.
I dressed up like Elf from Death Note.
He really didn't, guys. He wants to live in a fantasy.
So I want to live in a fantasy where
I wanna-
people are writing their names in the book.
Matthew,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
would you do if you woke up in an anime world? You're isekai, what would you do? You go to another world and the only item you got from this world was a single saltine. What do you do?
A single saltine,
Yeah.
sell it
Singular
and
saltine.
become a mafia.
Would you give the saltine to the king and become mafia?
From level 1 to level
Most
19.
probably. Hacks. I call hacks.
Wait, you can't do that. That's against law.
I am the law.
By the way, I was just playing some. I was playing some CS:GO before this, and this oak had a USPS and a SSG, and was just headshotting everyone. He eventually got banned for wall hacks.
I
It was
mean,
kind of
Sounds like
it's
Justice has been
it
served.
sounds like what normally happens.
Was he shouting at people in Afrikaans? That sounds like CS:GO server.
Is that
I
the
don't
South
tell you guys
African
about-
servers?
Yeah, South African CS:GO servers are hella toxic.
One time I was playing Team Fortress 2, and this guy was just reading out of the Bible, and it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Because like the guy, everybody was screaming at him to stop, but nobody muted him for some reason, and he was like, "God's wrath shall reign among," or something like that.
Oh my
And
god.
just on Team Fortress 2, and I found it very entertaining to hear other people's reactions upon that.
That's crazy. I don't know.
That is actually a bit...
That's peak trolling. That's peak trolling.
Rain the land.
Excuse me, what just happened there?
He ascended for a quick second.
Yeah, you
He does that sometimes. It happens.
Ascends
Don't
every
pay too
now
much
and then.
attention.
Someone said something I can't see because
Yay,
I can see pixels on Ruben's screen.
Yes, but you people want to see it, don't you? Jeez. Reggie Red Foster says, "What's poppin'?"
Yo, that's my boy.
That's yeah. He just says, "What's poppin'?" Well, anyways, so do we give Marcus an introduction, or what? Do we even need to give him an? Yes, we probably should. Let's.
He should.
formal.
He should give his own introduction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do? I I don't know, man. I write music, I guess.
You write
Five.
music.
I write
That's a good
music, I
description.
guess. That's a good guess.
Please
It's
make that
solid.
like your SoundCloud bio. I make music, I guess.
I think that's literally is my SoundCloud bio.
Oh, dang
I think my SoundCloud bio is like I write songs sometimes. I literally think that is
Like
my
a
bio.
lazy songwriter, I think. It
That's
is.
I know that's my Facebook bio is like lazy songwriter.
Don't you mean the clueless music man?
I'm Roopels' other boy. He keeps us in the basement. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, what is Roopels
I've
not
always-
keeping
Wait,
in the basement?
you're not allowed to have internet now. Oh, whatever. I'll deal with him later.
Yeah, it's
No,
literally
my-
lazy musician. Lazy musician is my bio. It's about accurate. But yeah, I guess I write songs sometimes. Acoustic stuff. I'm trying to learn piano. It's going amazingly. I have no idea how drums work. That's about it, really.
I'm
Well, we have a
tempted to
resident
learn-
bongo player, so.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
tempted to
resident
learn
bongo.
drums like one day. Or just to
Also,
get
someone
back
needs
in
to.
guitar.
Ruben, can you like read out the messages when you see them? Because I genuinely cannot see them.
Oh, it's just Reggie telling AJ that he'll never be able to escape. Yeah. Just reminding him of his
Yeah.
impediment.
The biggest anime betrayal of all time.
Biggest anime
He knows.
of all time.
Dude,
Top
my
10 on
basement
Watch
is
Mojo.
is built in a way that
Airtight.
not even airtight. Not even Houdini could escape that
It's
shit.
it's an ever changing realm of its own.
Yeah, you go into one side. It's like
Danger
rotating.
Princes from Skyrim, like.
You go into one room and then you go
Roopels,
back
the
and then it's
Danger
another
Prince of
room.
Basements. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another Minecraft video where I'm gonna show you how to
That's
download
as good as an opening you're getting from me, man. I don't speak about myself.
The lazy musician. There we go.
Lazy
Well,
musician.
guess what, Marcus? All you're gonna do this podcast is speak about
I
yourself.
know.
First
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
First, jeez, okay.
Okay,
First
she's
question.
jumping in already. Okay, who's
Hit me.
would
hit me
like
with
to?
that.
I would like to ask the first question.
All right,
Okay,
Matt.
hit me.
kick
And
us
I
off.
won't choose a flippin' bad one this time because you guys want to be like, woo!
Okay. Go.
Okay,
go for it.
What is your favorite song to perform?
Favorite song to perform? Ooh, that's a difficult one. It's very dependent on the audience. I'll give like 3. Okay, cool. So if I'm playing a very chill gig, I'll probably go for something by Low Roar. I'd probably go for Easy Way Out is a very relaxed one to do for a chill set. If it's a really like active crowd and it's a very kind of like vibey space, I'll probably go for something like Word of Mouth by Shaky Graves or Believer by Imagine Dragons.
No.
And then a very neutral one is something like Jason Mraz, I'm Yours is a very kind of neutral ground song.
So something to keep the crowd like.
Yeah, it's kind of like a middle ground, you know, like it'll work with the vibey crowd and it'll work with the relaxed crowd because
And
it kind
some-
of has a very
And
nice
sometimes the
tempo.
crowd changes, right? Like.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes the vibe changes. Like I've seen it where like it's been really active, and then when I go on, it's like it's kind of later in the night, and sometimes people are quieter, or it's later in the night and people are really active, and then you got to kind of play the really like head bop and stuff. You know?
So you gotta really like read the crowd before you go up.
Yeah, you do. You have to read the crowd and the environment.
Because
Also,
if
like,
your
I'm playing
vibe
in a-
isn't with the same as the crowd, then you're not gonna.
Yeah,
be
it's also
welcome,
gonna.
kinda.
Yeah, it's also like you gotta kind of read where you're playing. Like if I'm playing at a bar, I know what to play there. But if I'm playing at like a cafe or like an event, like that's a big thing. And like when you do event stuff, you have to have a huge set list. For like me, so playing at say a weekend market. I used to do weekend markets for the SPCA. I do all their music for them. So there, it's kind of an older crowd. So you gotta play the more older stuff like what's his name? John Cash, Creedence Clearwater, the
Nordic
Eagles, you know?
hymns, like that kind of stuff.
You
Yeah.
You mix them in with some Mongolian throat singing every now and then. But like, you gotta.
Some I know, yeah.
You gotta read the crowd and see, you know, I'm not gonna play something like Mom Jeans or something in like a quiet, chill place, and I'm also not gonna play something like Low Roar at like a hectic, like half rock bar.
You're
know?
not gonna play The Man Named Sue in front of the Queen of England.
I would play that. I'd play that for Queen of England.
I am not.
I'd probably play a
familiar with
Green
the
Day.
song.
I'd probably play a Green Day song in front of the Queen of England. The meme of it.
Yeah, that would probably fit.
But yeah, I think that's my favorite go-to song, Matt. So
Okay, who would like to be next? If
I shall.
okay.
okay, Roopels hit me.
Marcus, tell me, who do you wish would just stop singing?
Oh, I knew that was gonna be coming up.
Yeah, that's my
probably-
favorite one.
I'd probably say someone like Cardi B. Cardi B.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes!
I fully agree with
100%. Every time I see Cardi B, I just get irrationally
I can't
angry.
stand her. There's like people that people like say Justin Bieber. I can't stand his
Same.
music. It's no offense to people who like his songs.
Trigger
They're
warning,
they're
get
very
the
well
trigger
made.
warning.
They're very well made. Like there's no scum against them.
Most
It's
Like,
not
or,
the it's not the stereotype
I
that
just-
everyone
it's-
like. Oh no, I'm a guy, so I hate Justin Bieber's
No,
music."
no,
it's
like
not
it's
like
nothing.
that.
It's nothing.
Years
It's nothing
ago.
against his writing or anything like that. It's just not the music I enjoy. And
Same.
as a person, if you watch his interviews and stuff later in his life, he's very mature. He's a very down to earth person. He does some stupid shit, but he's very. I have nothing against him. It's just I don't like his music. But Cardi B, as a person and as a musician, I don't like.
Every time she
I've never been like irrationally angry at someone that I haven't met. But Cardi B, there's just something about the like vibe she gives off that I cannot stand.
Cardi B is she's just trash. You know, she's very very trashy.
She reminds me of the stereotypical bitch girls in my school, and I think that just
same.
adds to the hate.
In a sense, but it's also to do with that whole thing of like, you know, media glorifies that kind of personality because it causes drama and gives them more news outlets and stuff that they can make news about. You know, that's the only reason.
You know, who knows?
Have you
Maybe
seen
she's
her-
actually
something
just
controversial.
Have you
maybe
seen
she's
her
actually just a pretty
personal
nice girl, but I've
vlogs,
seen
though?
nothing that supports that.
Oh, anything to do about her personality. I've seen some of her interviews. I can't stand her. But outside of Cardi B, there's no one really. I mean, Logan Paul and them don't really count. They don't actually sing. They don't have talent, anyways. But anybody else? There's no one aside from her. There's no one really I have any issues against musically. There's people I don't like and there's people I do like. There's some obviously for reasons that they're just problematic. There's I think Blood on the Dance Floor or something. There was that really weird cringy band years ago, but that's because they have a lot of dodgy stuff to do with their fans. But in terms of music, it's probably really only Cardi B. And that other one, what's that one? The Cash Me Outside. I don't think she should be famous. She's useless.
I would have. What's
Bad Baby.
Bad
or
Baby?
something.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Maybe those two. Definitely those.
Someone in
That's my
the
answer.
comments
and Will
asked,
Vicky just like throw it in there.
Yeah, Ruben?
someone in the comments asked, would you ever play "It's the Best Day Ever" by SpongeBob at a funeral?
It's the best. I probably would. I play it on my
God.
own.
I want that to be at my funeral.
No, I want
said I would play hot.
I want the
I said as soon
Andromeda
as they lower
thing.
my coffin into the grave,
Can I quickly
hide
focus?
it off.
If I die before you, can you just like come to my funeral and play that, please?
If you die before me, I'm gonna play that one from Monty Python. What's it? Always look on the bright side. That's an amazing song. I feel that song is
I
honestly
think
amazing.
that probably represents me the best. Yeah.
Just a question
Yeah,
for the people watching: is the sound okay? Is everything balanced for you guys? Cause
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know if anything is.
Yes,
We have
please.
no idea what we're doing,
my
and
friend-
my
your
friend
feedback
in the
would be
chat as well.
appreciated.
Yeah.
you
we have
want
no
it?
idea what we're doing.
It's yours, my friend. Anyway, okay, so I'm guessing I'm next.
Yeah, just go in whatever order, guys. Cause I'm fine with anything.
Oh yikes! What's the most useless talent you have?
The most useless talent I have, probably that I can pick things up with my feet.
Well, I mean, everyone can do that.
No,
Aside-
Matt, to you,
aside
what if you don't have a
stable
foot?
people.
Idiot.
No, I mean like Matt, I can throw like stones and stuff with my feet. Like I can genuinely pick things up and like throw
Oh,
them with
okay.
my feet.
Monkey.
So you're basically
Oh, thank you. They say
chimpanzee.
everything's good. Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, that's probably the most useless talent I have. Outside of that, maybe I don't know. That's probably about it, really. I don't have anything that's incredibly useless. But yeah,
Sound is pog.
sounds pause.
This is truly a Pog moment. I'm making Pog face right now.
Omega Law.
All right. Angels
Any about the next
or
one?
Kenzie? Is Kenzie even here?
I don't even think Kenzie's here.
What?
Wait, did she
Kenzie.
leave? No, she's there.
Oh, is she?
Is her mic not working or something?
Oh, Angels is very quiet.
Angels?
I'm talking.
Oh, there
Okay,
we
there you are.
Yeah,
Alright.
Mutani.
Marcus, what would you say is the biggest joke of 2020?
The biggest joke of 2020, so outside of coronavirus,
2020 itself.
Is there even
2020
Yeah.
itself is a joke. It's like a waste of a year. I say that, but 2020 is really good for creative. I feel like 2020 is the year of the creatives, ironically, because everyone's stuck at home, so the people who are creative have nothing to do but create.
Yeah,
But
they
that's
waste
also
their
the other
day.
way around. The uncreative people also have nothing to do, so they just post trash. That's what I've
Yeah,
noticed.
that's the problem. That's the problem. The people who have nothing really to do. But the biggest joke of 2020, I mean, the coffin one was pretty good. I enjoyed the coffin meme. I think that's pretty funny. That's my go-to. I do that a lot.
I want that at my funeral.
Yeah, I do that. I mean, I made that joke at work the other day. My mate was like, he was like, oh, he was like looking at buying something. He was like, oh, would you also buy it? And I think I literally just pulled up the audio file of the coffin dance. I was like, that's my wallet at the moment. Can't
If
come up
my
with anything
funeral
anytime soon.
doesn't have 10 memes minimum, then I swear,
then,
my funeral has
You
to
want a
have 10
refund?
memes or something.
If
Someone
nobody
shout
like
something
laughs at my
out or
funeral,
something.
I'm gonna be sad.
Dude, I still want to.
Even though I'm dead.
I'm like Viking burial, man. That's my go-to.
That's
I see
actually pretty
messages-
cool.
Yeah, dude, Viking burial, man. It's dope. I do.
And
See those-
I
see
just
those
like
comments,
funeral
Ruben?
to be.
Put you on the board,
Um,
set you on fire by a bow and arrow.
I
Alright,
want my
this
funeral
is
to be a joke.
There's
It would be
another
really funny.
question. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Would you join a
Oh,
bad...
hello.
Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
hi,
Would you enjoy a bad
I did
cold
not hit the
Trilly
other
or
nah.
stanky leg?
Would I join a bad?
Called Trilly or stanky leg? Why does that sound
It's called
familiar?
Thriller.
Thriller.
What is that? What is
Yes.
that?
It is a very cool band.
Roopels,
I mean, I
isn't
don't
that
know how to
yours band?
dance.
Isn't that your
No.
band or something?
I don't have a band.
Your group, your cult.
No, what do you mean?
Oh wait, would I rather call my band that or?
Would you join a band called Thriller or Stanky Leg?
Probably Trilla. That just sounds cooler.
Okay, guys. Okay, Reggie, we go with Thriller, okay?
And the next performance is from Stanky Leg.
I don't know what the word means. It probably means something really bad or it means something
Pee-pee.
stupid. But oh,
That's basically what it. Yeah, that's
It's an
another
Afrikaans
Afrikaans word
phallus.
for.
It's a phallus.
Can
you
we
got
just
me,
have?
You got me. You got me. I give you that.
You know, I need to get a GIF. You
Fat
know,
Nene.
that like pops
See
up
another
going
comment,
like.
Ruben.
I'll get to that in a second. I should add a GIF that's just like the more you know comes up.
The more you
The
know,
more
it's
you
alright.
know.
If I die, I want my remains to be
Dory
planted
man.
with a sapling, so the tree is like my gravestone. Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's an actual thing though. I like that's an actual thing. I remember there's a whole thing about that. You can like it's a specific service you. Anyways, next question.
You can also put your ashes in a firework.
All right, Kenzie, I'm
Can we
guessing
all
you're
just
next.
have a sex with Dory, man?
That's Doremi. That's not Dorime. You don't get your Dorime moment. That's
Do, re, mi, fa,
Doremi.
sol,
Damn
la,
it.
ti, do.
Adrian, why did you spell it Dory May? Dory
Doremi.
me. Dory me.
All right. Anyways, Kenzie, you gonna throw us a question there?
Please don't
Yeah.
throw us.
All right.
No, Ruben can do that.
Ruben?
Let's have a look and see.
Ruben, did you
He
throw
said
Matthew through the window?
you, so
I might.
One day.
Yeah.
He plays these bongos. I
the
will.
potential is there.
The potential is there.
Definitely
might.
The
there.
potential
I don't
is
have
there.
a mixer on the table, so I can't actually get that up.
All right, Kenzie.
Okay, Marcus, what is the most amount of fun you've had in one single experience?
Most amount of fun I've had in a single experience. That's a tough one.
Beating
we
Taylor in
talking
Smash.
like
Beating Tanner
you
in
say?
Smash.
no,
Beating Tanner in Smash is fun, but it's the norm. I'm sorry, Tanner, if you ever
Oh,
hear this.
whoa!
I mean, for me beating Tanner with his best character, me playing
I
as
play
Isabel.
Cloud. I play Cloud. I'm cheap.
RuPaul,
character.
Oh, come on, you're playing Cloud, dude. That's
job.
cheeky.
I love Cloud. He's so fun, man. But most fun I've had in a single experience. A couple of years ago, there's a Durban band. What were they called? It's not Short Straw. What's this band's name?
The Lost
Short
Scroll.
Straw's amazing.
I wish I had opened for Short Straw, but there was a band I opened for.
They are amazing.
There was a
Love
Durban
them.
band years ago I opened for. I can't remember. It was when I was about like 16 or 17. They played at Republic and I opened for them. It was a very fun experience. It was really amazing. I'm just trying to kickstands.
Dude,
They're,
are you serious?
Yeah, they
Dude,
had a gig at Republic.
The guy who's the main guitarist, or one of the guitarists, he used to be my my guitar teacher.
Whoa!
You serious?
That's a hell.
It
small.
starts
Yeah.
with an R or something. I don't know. I was freaking great.
I didn't know them. I
9.
didn't know them. The Republic just told me there was a gig.
Ruben,
And
you mean Rudy?
Yes, Rudy.
Yes, he was my guitar teacher.
He was.
oh, he's super cool. There was like
That's how I learned
like
it.
years ago.
The more you know.
That's insane. But yeah, years ago at Republic they had a gig and they told me because there was a guy called Chico there. He was a very cool guy. If you ever, I don't think you'll ever listen to this, but he's I think he's in Switzerland right now. A very cool guy, very good music. But he was like, oh yeah, Republic's doing a gig. Do you want to like open for the evening? And I was like, yeah. I was really young at the time, so like anything for me was amazing back then, and I didn't realize how kind of big. It was not big, but like how crazy it would be. And he was like, yeah, just pull through. And I rocked up at the place, and there was these two guys there, and I was like, they look familiar, you know. And I was like, oh, hi, how's it? And then they were like, oh yeah, with the kickstands. I was like, excuse me? And yeah, so I ended up inadvertently opening for kickstands without ever realizing.
Damn.
So that was really cool. That was really cool.
Awesome.
I did get to meet Gangs of Ballet and Parlotones in person.
Oh,
So that was also-
my uncle is part of Gangs of Ballet actually.
Yeah, the main guy from Parlotones, Khan. He went to school.
Con.
He went to school with one of my mate's mom's friends. So we went to one of his concerts once, and she like messaged him and said, "Oh, I'm here." And he like literally came out into the crowd where we were sitting on the picnic line. And I was like, "Oh my god, my idol is standing in front of me." It was really cool. It was really cool.
You see,
to
I
meet him.
remember
really
like
should meet him.
being at their
Very-
performances.
I think I still have a selfie with him. I need to find. I think I still have a selfie with him somewhere.
We have a fedora that has the Parlotones drummer's signature on.
I mean,
How
I
many
have,
fedores do you have?
I have the signed when they played here. They played in the Barnyard a year or two ago, and I went for my birthday, and I bought a pair of custom designed signed drumsticks that I keep in my room from the bar. So.
Oh, here's
we have this thing called
here's a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of music genre you listen to?
My favorite type of music genre, it's really difficult. Indie is the core of it. I'm a huge fan of anything that isn't super produced, I guess, if you can put it like that. I still appreciate it. I like very well made music, and it's very impressive to listen to. But I'm very much a fan of kind of garage homemade vibe to it. So front bottoms are really good. Low roar is amazing. But yeah, it's very much indie folk, indie rock, indie punk kind of vibes. That's my go-to. My go-to is that stuff. I don't know what Roopels said. Trill, I don't know what that means. Roopels, I don't know what.
We lost the kill. Yeah, we're gonna make sad extentacion music. That's gonna be what Trilly's gonna do.
Sad boy music.
Yeah, the very sad boy
Okay.
music.
My genre. I wrote so much of that when I was younger.
Jeez. Okay. So I'm guessing.
Next
I think
question,
I'm
someone
next.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that thing.
Okay, I'm not answering that one.
I made Kenzie leave.
What? Ask a question, Ruben. I don't care what answer. Ask a
Okay.
question. None of
What
these
is the
questions are off the
Oh, jeez, that one's already freaking. Okay, besides being a Taylor Swift fan, yeah, which famous musicians do you admire? That's literally the question.
Okay.
Question 20.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, was in the question, by the way.
For anybody in the chat, I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. I do really like her music. I think it's very cleverly.
Guys,
made.
please bully Marcus in the chat right
You
now.
can bully me.
Bully-
you can
bully him
me.
in
I
the
will-
chat
and
right
I will
now.
just sing blank space right back at you. I think Taylor Swift's music is very well produced. She's a very clever. Yes, they all have drama, but she's a very clever lyricist, and her music is very well produced. But favorite mainstream artists outside of that, I would have to say probably Imagine Dragons are a big one. Imagine Dragons. Roopels, you're such a moron. My God. Justin Bieber, like I said, Justin Bieber. One or two of his songs I quite like. I think there was that one. I can't remember the one, but it was very clever. He basically was kind of making an analogy to saying like, like f someone, you know.
Oh, wasn't it that
You can go love yourself, love yourself.
Yes,
love yourself.
that one.
That was a clever song. I really like that. That was very cleverly made. I quite like that one. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the rest of the stuff, but I do appreciate that song. Outside of that, Imagine Dragons, I really do like their music. I think Imagine Dragons are a big one for me. Green Day was huge for me growing up.
Heck yeah.
Green Day was like the solid. Like I used to listen to Green Day for days on repeat. All Time Low, I got they're not too. They're mainstream. They're mainstream punk.
Let's not
They're really
forget
good.
Low Roar's biggest fanboy at the moment.
They're not mainstream though. They're not mainstream. In terms of
Really?
we're comparing it to Taylor's. They're not mainstream. They're still not mainstream.
Yeah, I never heard of Low Roar before Marcus
They're
told me
very-
No,
about it.
I mean
they're
Marcus
not-
is their number one fanboy or something.
Dude, I love them. I got mentioned on their story because I was hyped about their album. Like, oh my lord, it was amazing. But All Time Low,
I
they're
remember
really good.
this.
I got mentioned again like a couple days ago. It was
Really?
amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, damn.
Arctic Monkeys were a huge one for me. I love his music. It's very clever. His new album, I know a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was very clever. It's a very different feel to it, which is very nice. Ben Howard, he's mainstream, I guess. He's mainstream. He's mainstream enough, and all the people know Ben Howard. Billie Eilish, I quite like. Mostly because of Phineas. Phineas is an amazing producer and a lyricist. I think he's probably one of the best at his age at the moment, so he's incredibly impressive. Outside, I'm literally just Bring Me the Horizon was very good. I quite liked them when I was. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but I really enjoyed his stuff. I'm literally just scrolling and trying to pick out anything. Daft Punk, I quite like. I have a soft spot for some of their tunes. I really like them.
I agree.
Really good. Not a huge fan of Ed Sheeran. I probably like about 2 of these songs. Foo Fighters are amazing. I got to see them a couple of years ago as well. They were really good.
The world
Foo
would be
Fighters.
nothing if the Foo Fighters didn't fight the food.
They kill it.
Exactly.
George Ezra. George Ezra is very good. He has a very nice, like, deep, like baritone voice. It's
Not
very,
for
very
me, though.
soothing to listen. I like it. He's got a very baritone voice. It's very soothing to listen to. It's quite nice.
I agree.
Outside of that, there's not a lot of really mainstream stuff I have in my. I probably have about 6,000 to 7,000 songs on my Apple Music, and that's about all the mainstream artists I
Whoa.
can pick out of there.
Hot
Joji, I
damn.
guess, is kind of mainstream.
Yes.
Joji's.
Oh,
He's mainstream. I think he counts as mainstream now.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so. I mean, outside of also like older stuff like AC/DC, you know, I don't count those as mainstream. Those are like classics now, so I don't really count them as current mainstream. But yes, that's that question. Answer. It was a very long-winded answer.
Okay, now who's next?
Next question.
It's me, Mario.
What about
Mario.
I've only asked one question. Okay, go ahead, Roopels. I'm next.
Wait. What song do you find so annoying that you want to throw the radio out the window?
the radio.
The radio.
Probably that one. Who's that one? I can't remember. Is it Megan Trainor? It's all about that bass. I can't stand that song.
Oh,
All
Bro, that
about
was-
that bass. About
that
that
was
bass.
the-
No
and
trouble.
mine is
Fifth grade.
the mine is that one. You
That
know,
song,
it's
it's-
Friday, get down on
but that's
Friday.
that's an
a
easy
good
target.
song.
That's an easy target.
No,
That's
it's
the
just
thing. That's an easy
annoying.
target.
Yes, it's an
a
easy
badly
target,
made
but
song.
No.
Like,
I have an even
I
worse one.
cannot even handle it.
No, I have a worse one.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just make this suit.
I see someone, Reggie asked, what do you think about James Bay? I really like James Bay. Noah Kahan is another one. James Bay and Noah Kahan kind of sit on the same spectrum. But James Bay, I really like his music. I think he's a very clever lyricist. Hold Back the River was a very well written song. I think that stands out as probably one of his better ones. But he has he's very good fashion sense as well. I have to give him that. He's got very good fashion sense.
Okay, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, James Bay, I'm a huge fan. I really like his stuff.
The one song I cannot stand is, I think all of you people know which one, and if Devi was here, yeah, he'd most certainly
Roopels,
play
why
it.
you like this?
It's so
Why do
easy.
you like this?
It's so easy.
Baby by Justin Bieber. I cannot.
Yeah.
That hits on rage levels, more or less.
By the way, this is what I wanted to do.
Baby.
No.
Shit. No, please, no.
Okay. Anyways,
Just
next
mind me
question
before.
Matt.
Just don't mind me. Let me just get my bat real quick and
yeah, just walk over to
yeah,
Matt's house.
just let me walk over to Matthew's house.
You need to throw a brick.
Stop
Is
it!
David the
Stop
call?
it! Stop
I
it!
think Debbie has
Next
just joined the call.
question. Next question.
David couldn't join us tonight. Epic. Yeah, sorry. He, yeah, unfortunately, shame, but it's fine. Yeah, he sends a lot of love, and geez, what asinine and am I bringing up? But no, he's stuur groete. Nou sê. Who wants to have a next question, or can I ask? All right, yeah, no,
Anybody
Matt.
ask. I don't mind.
All right, yeah.
What is the most trouble you've ever gotten into?
Oh my lord, man.
I wanted to ask it.
Besides zip ties. Besides zip ties.
No,
not zip
No,
ties.
no.
Marcus, tell us about the time that your school invented rules against you.
Okay, that's
I
the
know.
most trouble.
Wait, he told it on stream, didn't he?
I think
Yeah,
I've told that
he
on stream,
did.
haven't I?
Yeah,
I've told that on stream
Damn.
before. Okay, well, it's outside of the school rules thing, the most trouble I've ever gotten into. That's a very difficult question to answer. Probably the time we got kicked out of Toys R Us for jousting with pool noodles on the electric scooters.
Dude, why is that so inspirational? I just imagine that in my head. That's like the most
I want to do
like
that.
majestic thing.
goodness.
It was great fun. It was great crack. I absolutely had a great time until the security guards caught us.
I bet you were the kind of guy.
Anyways, next question.
Before
Who's starting the pool noodle cult?
Before I get arrested.
Before the FBI breaks down your window.
literally.
Boy, do you sing in the shower? And if so,
All the time.
What songs?
Anything that comes on my phone, I leave my phone on shuffle. So anything that comes up.
Another one with
sometimes-
the waterproof
sometimes-
speaker. Splash proof.
No, I just no. I just have a curtain and I put it behind the curtain like a normal person in the shower does. You know?
I just take my speaker
Anyways,
in.
anything. Sometimes I'm in a mood for a different thing than more like. Sometimes if I'm really like in a mood to get pumped in the morning, I'll play something like My Chemical Romance or something to get like awake in the morning, or like Mom Jeans, something really vibey. If I'm chill, then I just leave it on whatever. Sometimes it depends on how I wake up and whatever I'm feeling. I went when I was really into like listening to Phineas's music for his production quality and trying to learn how he does stuff like that. I used to play that like all the time. It's like a stage I just listened to Phineas for like an entire month, like every single song on repeat. It was crazy. And every single Billie Eilish song.
I just listen to power metal in the shower, basically.
I mean, I used to when I was younger, and I used to listen to a lot of Dragon Force and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like Dragon Force is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, Dragon Force when I was growing up, I was like the mainstay. I listened to a lot of Rise Against. Actually, if I'm gonna think about it, Rise Against, and All Time Low were my high school bands. But yes, that's my shower music. Next question.
I probably should make a playlist with dedicated like songs that give a certain emotion of. Because my main playlist, where I get like all my best songs, is just like so mixed. Because I would like go to school in the morning, and I would listen to a Cave Town song, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a
Devil
nice,
Town.
nice
Let me guess.
yeah.
Devil Town. Right?
This is
No,
unfair because you all went
Boys
to
Are
school-
Bugs.
Ah,
You all
damn
went
it.
to
But
school
there's,
having really good music,
Roopels,
and I went to
Roopels.
school singing Minecraft as parodies and
That
Five Nights at
doesn't surprise
Freddy's
me.
songs.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't
No
surprise me.
Matthew, don't
I did exactly the same thing.
don't bring up my
but
past
Roopels-
like that. Don't
Roopels.
attack me like this.
Ask me after stream. I have like playlists for every single emotion on my.
The man behind the slaughter.
I'll
So,
go.
I'll hit you. I'll hit
I'll
you up
do
with
that
that good
thing.
stuff. I'll hit you up with that good stuff.
Alright, thanks, mate.
But
Okay.
Okay,
what's
next
that?
question.
Damn it,
What
I
do you
forgot
think
what
of
I wanted to say.
69 and his new song. You mean
Nice.
6ix9ine?
Yeah.
Nice.
Takashi.
He
I think that man
I
has a
don't-
target on his head.
I don't.
does,
I'm-
100%.
I don't really listen to. I don't really listen to that genre of music. It's nothing against it. I can appreciate the production value and.
I
their
can't
music
stand
videos are
trap.
Sometimes quite clever, but it's just not something I listen to. Really, I don't.
He
resonate.
sat in prison for months, and the best line he could come up with was, "Are you stupid, dumb? Or, no, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?"
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. It's no like insult to anybody who does like his music. It's just not my genre.
Hey, you
So
want to make a
I
rap?
haven't listened to
Oh
his
yeah,
stuff.
sure. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Come on,
like,
that is a rememberable line. Though.
Someone was asking a question before I read that one out. Sorry.
Didn't he like make that song, and isn't it about like no, you can't stop me, like no, guess who's back and stuff like that? Like you guys thought I was dead or something like that.
I don't know, man. I don't
He
know.
Kind
was
of
in
like-
prison for a bit.
I don't keep up to date with those artists. It's,
Oh no,
Same.
no,
They
I
come
know
and
what
go,
happened
they
to
come
him,
and
and
go.
I don't want to say on live.
they come
Oh
and go.
dear. Anyways, next question.
Anyways.
Next question, please.
All right, I don't hear the girls asking anything. I just hear the boys speaking.
The boys.
Well, you guys talked so loud that some of us can't ask questions.
Oh
Okay,
dear.
Angel, you'll
Okay,
ask a
fine.
first.
Ask away.
Well, Marcus,
Oh my
if you
word.
could collab with any artist, who would it be?
Oh, that's it would definitely, I would definitely have to say Ryan from Low Roar. I'd have to. It's a shameless fanboy moment. He is an amazing lyricist. I think if you watch any of his videos of him speaking, you can see there's a very profound intelligence and emotion behind his music. So I would definitely have to say him. From a very like lyrical point of view and the sound, I would have to say him because I just adore everything he does with his music. It's insanely amazing. From a fun point of view, like if I was just gonna like collab with someone to make a really like just a jivey track, I'd probably say someone like probably like Brandon Urie from Panic at the Disco. I think he's an incredible writer. He's very good at he's just very good at what he does. Songs like Victorious and Victorious that's an amazing composition. There's other ones he's done. Always Be from his older albums was incredible. I think that was probably one of his, in my opinion, one of his best because it's a very touching song. But yeah, definitely Brendan Urie for a jivey song and Ryan from Low Roar from a point of a lyrical, emotional point of view. He's a very good writer.
In my opinion,
Cool.
like Panic at the Disco Victorious was always my least favorite, and like I like more the style of Emperor's New Clothes.
Emperor's New Clothes. Emperor's New Clothes is really good.
I kind of like it though.
Emperor's New Clothes, is that the one? Welcome to the end
Yes.
of eras, ice is melted back to life. That was
Yes.
really good. I used to play that
Just
one
got
at gigs.
nostalgia like bad.
I used to play that at gigs quite a lot. I really like that song. There's a lot of songs I played from Panic at the Disco. There's a phase when I also just like listened to them religiously.
Someone
I see someone mentioned This Is Gospel. This Is Gospel is an amazing song. I
Yeah,
think it's a
and then
very
didn't
cool
he collab with T Swift?
He did collab with T Swift for a song, and I absolutely loved it. Shamelessly.
Of course you do.
Of course I did. It's T Swift
course
and
you
Brendan
did.
Urie. Yes.
Who I really want to.
So, Marcus.
collab with. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you hear that Brendan Urie sang at the end of Frozen 2?
He did.
Frozen 2?
He sang Let It Go.
No, not Let It Go.
No? What was it?
What?
Into the
He
Unknown.
sang.
Oh, Into the Unknown.
And it blew my mind.
I didn't know that. Frozen was, I wasn't really interested in it. It's not one of those things again where it's like, oh, it's a girls' movie or anything. I wasn't interested in the movie. It didn't appeal to me.
Apparently it wasn't as good as the first one.
So I haven't watched the first one. I haven't watched the first one.
The first one's pretty good.
So I guess I never went to see it. I never went to see it when it came out. So all I ever
my
heard from it
goodness.
was
Roopels.
everyone and their grandmother just screeching "Let It Go," and I was so sick of it that I never went to see the movie.
No.
No, it's
So,
just when I watched
I'd probably
it the
watch
first
Frozen
time,
2 just for Brendan Urie.
When I watched
probably
it the
watch it
first
for
time,
Brendan
I was like, "Hey, yeah, this is quite a cool song,"
Yeah.
And then they just started playing it everywhere. Every little girl you walk by, just in the they can't. It's sweet, but honey, you can't
Yeah,
sing.
it wasn't
We
wasn't
knew
huge.
these people. I'm not gonna say their surnames on live because I don't want to disrespect their privacy or anything. But they had this little girl, right? She's a little bit grown up now. But they had this little girl who got basically everything. She thought that she was the queen of anyone, everything, and the world. And
Are you talking about my sister now?
no.
Love Ruben, wow.
And what she
Oh my goodness.
what she had was an Elsa dress, and I remember her asking my sister and my sister's friend to paint her nails, and when they said no because they were busy, she started crying and throwing a hissy fit.
I mean, is this another episode of Toddlers and Tiaras or something? Or
Oh, dollars and tiaras, what about it?
yes, I watched one episode and I was just looking at it like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
Dude, if you have ever seen an episode of Dance Moms, I feel so bad for those kids.
Just by hearing
And I'm
it,
so mad at those moms. It's just, you.
So next question,
Hey guys, we've got the weirdest.
Kenzie.
Yours.
Next question.
Do it.
You
No,
haven't
do
asked
it.
one.
You've been trying to ask the question. I have asked.
What's the best advice you've been given?
Ooh, ooh. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Oh.
That's best advice I've ever been given. Yo, Ruben, that's a. I read these earlier. I remember reading through these questions, and I didn't think it would be so difficult to answer them when I'm on mic. But it's a lot.
You get it, right? I was when
Yeah,
it was
it's
mine.
like
I was
you kind
like,
of look at them and you're like, I know what I would say, totally, but oh god.
and
when
then
you
that
put it like
moment
that-
comes, and it's like, jeez.
That's a difficult one. Best advice.
Okay, if you can't answer that, then just swing it. What's the
I'll come
best
back.
advice you would give?
You
The
would
best
give.
advice I would give.
Marcus, if you were on the
Yeah,
mountain with a very
it's
long
swing it
beard and
the
a
other way.
young apprentice came up to you, what would you tell him?
Wait, he's answering Ruben's
Money and
question now.
bitches,
Wait,
man.
wait.
Nah. Oh god, I don't know how profound I can get on a podcast, but if I had to give any advice, don't take everything so seriously. I don't mean that in an
Don't be
insulting
so
way. I don't-
serious.
Don't be so serious.
Why
It's,
so
yeah.
serious?
Don't be so serious.
Get a lot of this society.
No, I don't mean that in like a joker way. Or
Yes.
like learn to take a joke way or anything like that. I mean it in more of a like, just over worry and stuff. You know, I think people. I know myself. I do. My problem with that is over worrying about stuff and caring too much what other people think. It's something I had to learn years ago that I have to stop that. And it's easier. I mean, it's easier to live when you. It sounds bad when you don't care what people think of you. I don't mean that in a way of be like an ass and be mean to everybody because I don't care what people think of me. I mean, live it in a way where you aren't embarrassed to do the things that make you happy because you feel people will judge you.
All
Just
right.
Don't take everything so seriously.
Nice.
Completely agree, yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask one?
Yes.
Okay, so we know you're only 21, but
Yeah.
if you had something in your life that you'd really like a redo on,
Yeah.
what would that be?
That's an interesting question from a point of view because I'm very much someone that believes that there's no need to redo anything in your life. I feel like anytime you make a choice, it goes bad or good, whatever you do, whatever happens, either is because you did, it was meant to happen in a sense, not fate, but choice and the way whatever happened. I believe whatever happens, you shouldn't take it back because you wouldn't be the same person without it. So if I had to say take back one thing, that's the only thing I would take back was there was a period when I was younger when I gave up music for about 2 years and I stopped playing because I thought I was really bad and I picked it up again a lot later in my life and I kind of wish I didn't do that because I feel like I would be a lot better now. So that's
I'm
probably
glad.
the only thing.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I gave up when I was about like 13 or something, and I gave up and I only started again when I was about like 15, 16, because I was like, oh, I'm like bad at it, and I just stopped. But that's probably the only thing I would change. I feel like everything else in my life has happened for a reason. Wouldn't be the same.
Isn't one of the in the voice notes you sent me that one morning, one of the things you said was everything you've done in your life has led up to like this point.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't just like want to go back and change everything because then you wouldn't have ended up in the situation that you're not.
Yeah. So it ties in. There's a fun fact. I'm gonna plug this here. There's an EP I'm working on at the moment. It's 4 songs. It's called Ouroboros. It's for me a very poignant name. Ouroboros being the snake that consumes itself. Greed. It's for me. I sent Roopels. Roopels was talking to me because Gonna be posting it again soon when it's officially live, but I was on an American podcast for music. It's for indie musicians. The guy was interviewing me about music and things like that, and he was asking about the
It's
creative
amazing.
process and thank you, and how introspective it gets and things like that for someone who writes the music I do. So there was an album I'm working on called Ouroboros. It's very much a personal album. It's personal in the sense that all the songs are very heavily related to me, but at the same time, anybody listening to them can kind of relate to them in some sense if they've ever felt like that in their life. There's 4 songs which are Where Your Words, which I posted about 2 weeks ago, which actually got really
He cut out.
loud. Hey, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
I can hear.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
Ruben's
cut out
internet
there
is
for a
just doing
second.
Sudoku.
Ruben's
Yes.
internet is dying. But yeah, so it's 4 songs. Way Your Words was the first one. That I posted that about 2 weeks ago. It got some pretty good feedback on SoundCloud, which I was very happy with. It's coming out on iTunes and everything on Friday. So yeah, give it a listen, guys, if you want to. But Way Your Words was the first one, and that's
Link in description. Wink, wink,
link
nudge,
in
nudge.
description. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hit it up. It's on
You
my
can
Twitter,
actually
something
post it
views.
yourself, you know,
It's
since
like-
you have access.
I know I can, but I'm a lazy schmuck, Ruben. There's a reason my profile
Same.
says lazy musician. But yeah, so,
Fine, I'll do it. Jeez.
oh my, I keep getting lost on track here. But okay, Ouroboros, personal album. It's the whole idea is greed, consuming yourself. It's a very poignant point to me. First song, Way Your Words, as I said, released 2 years ago. But 2 weeks ago, Way Your Words for me is I like to refer it as the Taylor Swift song of the album because it was a breakup song. Obviously, it's a very not very like Taylor Swift like blank space breakup, but it's
What
a breakup
song
Yeah.
isn't a breakup song from Taylor Swift?
There's
recently?
there's some good ones, yes, I'll
Recently.
think about them in a recently, sorry. The next song on the album was I haven't recorded it yet. I want to see if I can either sit down and record it tonight after the podcast or tomorrow. But the next song on the album was Twisted Humor. That just comes from myself, like the kind of Joker attitude I put on, and like you feel like.
I'm excited about that one.
Twisted Humor.
Yeah.
I played it earlier. It was the one I was playing earlier. Roopels.
Oh, shit.
That was Twisted Humor. Yeah.
Mm.
That was
Damn.
Twisted Humor. Yeah.
Just,
That's a good
pretty
one.
good.
The next one was. Oh, sorry, Ruben.
No. Finish first.
Okay. The third song on the album was it's a song I wrote 6 years ago. It's when I named it was called Time. It was back then. It was just basically me when I was coming into you start becoming a bit more of an adult and you start dealing with real things like anxiety and stuff like that. So time was that, like this time you feel and the anxiety over it. I renamed it to Decay. I felt that was a much more fitting name for it with the themes of the song. And then the final song on the EP is Hangman's Grove, which from a thematic point of view is probably my favorite song on the album. I absolutely adore that song. It was a pet project for a while. I worked on that song over the course of 2 or 3 weeks because I could never get it quite right, and I eventually settled on the sound I wanted. But it's basically I call it the placebo song because the whole idea of the song is it starts off with this description of this like weird old guy sitting on the side of the road counting bones. And he tells people passing by about this grove where you can find a flower. And the whole idea behind the song is that these flowers in the grove can cure all your problems. And it's like a kind of a comparison in my life, and I'm sure everybody else's life, you know, like things you do to like you think will help your problems. Like with me, it was picking up smoking was a big thing. That was my dead man's grove, you know, like my placebo effect. This will make things better. It's everything, you know. And in the song it talks about it. It's like sure you've heard I think one of the lines is sure you've heard the stories of the flowers that cry in the night like the howl of the wolves, something on that. And then it's hear the whispered warnings on the breeze, hear these words and do take heed, truth will be revealed in autumn leaves, which basically means that like the idea is the person that's going to get this flowers is like there's warnings, you know it's not the best idea to get this flower, the placebo effect, this cure all, and you kind of ignore it, and then in time, autumn leaves, in time it'll reveal the truth behind it. And there's a line I wrote which I feel is very clever, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to a mindset like that, which is in the chorus it says the young man wants what the dead man knows, and the old man says take it slow.
Jeez.
Yeah, so basically what I was intending with that line was that when you're young, I'm sure everyone has felt like that when they were growing up, you know, you want to be at that stage of your life where like you see adults doing everything and you're kind of like, you know, I want to be there, I want to have that responsibility, I want to know all of these things. So you want to be the dead man, inverted commas, because there's this idea behind like when you're that old and you die, you kind of like you know everything. You know, you've gotten to the stage of your life where you've learned everything, inverted commas, whatever. So it's like when you're young, you want to get there, but the old man who's kind of in between is like, you know, like relax, like take it slow. You got to learn lessons with time. So that song for me was thematically and just kind of design-wise was my favorite song to write.
How profound.
Yeah, it's a very
That's
profound
so-
album. it's a very interesting album. It was a very good experience for me to write it. I'm still obviously in the process of recording everything, but I'm hoping to have it done maybe in a month. I'm hoping. See how my time goes recently with everything. It will work. It's been hectic, but yeah. I see some supposed. You post on YouTube or SoundCloud. Another question: what advice can you give someone who wants to start or already started making music? You know, that's a really loaded. For me, that's a funny question because I'm really bad. I have like zero. I have a very small social media following, because I'm terrible at it. I'm really bad at social media. I'm really bad at it. All my music before about the last 2 or 3 months has only really been gigs, like in person and from people I know or which people have heard of me. So my social media is incredibly bad. I have a tiny following. Instagram, I think I have maybe 200 and something people that follow me. Twitter, I think I have 100 and something. TikTok, I have about 40. SoundCloud, I have about like 20, and then YouTube, I have about YouTube, I think I have about 8 people. I'm really bad at social media, but again for me,
Dom.
I know Dom is very, Dom is very kind and very supportive, and she's very sweet, and I love her. Now shut up.
Well, anyways, guys.
So anyways,
we still got to.
I guess. Social media. I'm just gonna finish on the social media point because I got started on that. Social media for me, I guess I think the best thing to do is Reddit is a really good one. I'm just reading obviously the advice I've read and I know that kind of works. Reddit is really good. There's loads of different forums on Reddit where you can go and post your songs, post your covers, get feedback. Twitter as well. There's people you can talk to that like to help up and coming artists or people who are posting stuff. I would say steer away from anything that's like paid. So those things that are like pay us and will get you so many listens. Never do anything like that.
It's all bots. I've gotten a few of those offers.
It takes away the feel of music. You know, if my music is being listened to, I want it to because people are listening to it, not because I paid someone to listen to it. So
the number should be real people, not just
you know, I want people
algorithms.
who have listened to the song to have listened to it because they liked it, not because I paid someone to. There's obviously routes like Instagram shoutouts and stuff like that. Again, I feel it's like it helps. Well, I mean, when my song came out, I got 2 Instagram shoutouts from some pretty big SoundCloud artists, and I think that's what pumped my views on my original so much, which was really, really cool, and I really appreciated that. But there's obviously venues like that. There's loads of blogs. It's a lot of research stuff. YouTube, I'm not really sure how to approach with music. It's a very weird one for me. Discord, even there's a few Discords. I'm on a singer's Discord at the moment. The songwriting one, which is helpful for me as a creative. It's good to chat with other people in the same headspace. It's really entertaining. But I guess the main point about me with my music is I always speak about it like it's a big thing. I guess when people hear me speak about it, they think, oh, I must have a huge following or something to care this much about music. But for me, it's a nice thing to do. You know, like I've always had the mentality: if I get famous off music, cool, that's amazing. I'd love to get famous off music, and it's great. I could make some money from it and have a great time. But if I don't get famous, I don't really care. Because I've done something I like and I've made something with my free time, you know, it's something to leave a legacy, I guess. So I'm really bad with social media is the crux of that story, but that's as much advice as I can give because as much as I want to get a following, I'm not too pressed about it.
All right.
And if you guys do want to follow it,
I mean, if you do want to follow me and give me some like an ego boost, I mean, you're welcome to.
his YouTube channel is in the channel section of this Promo Squad channel, and I'll add the link tree into the description after this live so that you can go not only to his SoundCloud but everyone else's socials. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Anyways, so
just don't ever ask him to sing Led Zeppelin for you.
okay, here's the question: are we having 2 performances or are we just having 1 tonight?
I mean, we can. I don't mind at all.
All right.
Do a duo with Discord delay.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds so out of phase.
So
It'll
what?
sound
Who's gonna be
so
first
off.
then?
Matt can go first.
Yeah,
Matt first.
Matt's never had the stage to himself. So
Yes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a newcomer to the singing corner. we have Mattalater, and he's going to be performing for us. What exactly? Which song?
Blackbird.
Blackbird. by
Blackbird.
the Beatles.
All right. All right. Then here is Matthew. Do enjoy.
Just quickly, can you hear my guitar and my voice as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, I
much
can hear
comes
it.
through.
Cool. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you are only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the night of the dark black sky.
All right. Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Awesome.
Actually. Roopels, you got a comment saying Roopels.
I'm not
if you
gonna-
don't-
no.
Killed it, man.
Shut up.
I love that one. man.
Yes.
My cat absolutely hates the sound of the guitar, and he's just sat there
Really? Oh,
staring at me.
When I still had cats, I used to love it.
He's just sitting there staring at me like a mad person.
Reggie, if you don't have in the band, your advertisement is gone. I'm not wait, you've got auto tune, dude. I don't need to sing.
All right. So
Put you in the skirt and then
here we have. Here we have,
If I'll do anything.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Prosaic Tunes. Marcus, in other words.
Fun fact, yeah. Fun fact about this one. It's a song by Ben Howard. I feel like with the amount of I've been talking about this kind of music tonight, it's fitting to end with one of his songs. But this is also the song where my original username came from. Crowfield was inspired by this song. So fun fact about that. So yeah. Anyways, here's "Towing the Line" by Ben Howard. Towing the line, I watch that. Now she rambles through the who's and nots. The old man is a painter of tired seascapes, tired of adventures, so my mind wanders, and at the table to cure the wrong. Like a bird in a world of no trees, you were on there, your disbelief. I'm a hard rock to drag around. Lovers in the early mornings, in the shadows under the trees, not in the cacao-lit ash. I'm floating down in the breeze. Down here I crow for you, you crow for me. Down here I crow for you, you crow for me. Towing the line, I watch that host drink all the wine, and now I'm purring for a drop of anything. Throwing stones at your windows, telling me as if it's simple. Why can't you be like the blackbird and sing? I say I'm the Westerlies in Ireland, so decadent and violent. Can't you see I'm a forager, crawling at the bedrock? 'Cause love is in the early mornings, in the shadows under the trees, not in the cold ashes floating down in the rookery. Down here I crow for you, you crow for me. Down here I crow for you, you crow for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where the name
Wow.
Crowfoot came from.
Can I
In the
have
words
that
of
one?
Jessica Jordan, this is a perfect ending.
Can I
That
have that
is
song
amazing.
and just, you know, set it up as my alarm in the
I
morning?
mean, totally. I might end up. Maybe I'll record a cover of it.
Heck yeah,
You
dude.
gotta do a cover album, dude.
Dude,
Wow.
cover
That
album.
will actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You so need to. Yeah.
Jeez, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all we have time for this week. Be sure
thanks for
to
joining me. Talk shit about myself.
Yes.
All right. Be sure to
Thanks for-
catch
thanks
us
for
next
joining me
week.
speaking for an
Thanks
hour.
for listening to the Goofy Cast.
Yes. Big yikes there. Anyway.
Big yikes.
Bro.
Reggie, can I have a Scooby snack? Like, man, I don't know about that one, Scoob.
Like, man.
Okay, wait, that's my useless talent. That's my useless talent.
No,
Yeah.
I'd say your useless one is the
Voice
Mickey Mouse
impressions.
one.
Yeah, Mickey
do it.
Mouse. Totally.
Don't do it,
Totally.
Marcus, please.
His useless talent, voice
Hey,
acting.
kids, wanna get in my van? Yes, candy! Free V-Bucks!
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
This is where we end the stream. This is where we end
This
the
is.
stream.
Be sure to
Dog,
catch us
diggity
in next
dog.
week, guys. Be sure to catch
Yeah,
us
thanks.
next week.
Mishka,
Um,
Bushka.
Be sure to check out the links
Oh
down in
my
the
God.
description below. Feel free to join our Discord server. And
Whoever sat around for an hour thinking I was intelligent, I hope I ruined that for you right now.
This is on.
All right,
This
ladies
is
and
the real
gentlemen.
Marcus. He has unveiled
That was the
himself.
long con, boys.
Yeah.
all right, ladies
Oh
and
my
gentlemen.
God.
But be sure to check
Things
out
about to get real.
Marcus's work, and be sure to go give him some support, especially with his music. And do stay tuned. Yeah. Anything you guys want to say before we go?
I don't think you should let me
Oh,
speak
I have a couple of words of wisdom.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Wallace wisdom.
Story, man.
Oh
No.
my God, no,
No.
ending,
No.
ending,
No.
ending.
End,
I'm
end.
ending. Jeez, this. I'm not gonna end. Oh.
I'm
No,
done
Mac-
putting up with your shit, Matthew.
Do you know how to end a stream, Ruben?
Yes, I do, but I'm waiting for the
It
cutoff.
happens sometimes, but not always.
He doesn't know when to start a stream on time, and he doesn't know when to end it on time. either.
That's true. This is true, and
It
I'm
gets all
very
the
ashamed of
inappropriate
it.